Hi, and welcome back to Everyday Pronunciation. This is Sherry Summers, and today we're going to go over the phrase, I'm not particularly concerned. I'm not particularly concerned. It's kind of a mouthful, isn't it? Now, this word particularly is not something you may use every single day, but you definitely need to know how to pronounce this correctly. So let's take that word and break it down into pieces and see what it looks like. So let's start with the P-A-R here. The P-A-R is sometimes pronounced par, but more often it's pronounced per. So that means that this is an unstressed syllable. Sometimes it acts as a secondary stress, so you might hear the R. But let's use a per, and then let's look at the second syllable, the T-I. That's where our main stress is. So get that nice strong t sound that we use at the beginning of stressed syllables, and a short I. The short I is in words like fish or chicken or dinner. So we have partir. Maybe par would do, partir, but let's try this partir. The CU is also unstressed, but what we need to do there is make sure there's a little y in there. So we get a K sound, a k, and then a little baby y. So it becomes kya. Okay, we have particular. And then the LAR is also unstressed. That is lur. Killer. Pretty fast. Don't forget the y in there. Killer. So we have particular, or maybe particular. And then when we put the ly on the end, it's also unstressed. But this time we have a little baby e sound. That's what an ly always sounds like. Li. It's not very long. Li. So we get particularly. If I took the ly off, we would just say particular. I'm not very particular about that. Particular. With the ly on it, it's particularly. And the next word, concerned. Where's the stress there? Is it on the kun or the cerned? Hopefully you can hear it on the cerned part. So the cern is just a s plus a basic cern. And then when we put an ed on the end of that, we're going to just add an extra d sound. Now, I don't know if you remember, if you have a voiced sound before an ed, like this where you use your voice, you're also going to use a voiced sound for the ed, and in this case it's d. If it were unvoiced, we would use a t sound. So we have cerned, and the con, we'll take that o sound out, put a schwa because it's unstressed, and we get concerned with the ed on it. Concerned. I'm very concerned. Okay, let's put the word before it there, and we get particularly concerned. Particularly concerned. You might say, I am particularly concerned, but in this case, not. So, not is that ah sound, na. And remember, we have these two consonants together, so it's okay to make the t, and at the same time start your piece, so you're not going to need to push a lot of air out after the t before you get to the p. Put your tongue behind your teeth or right above it to make the t, and then immediately close your lips to make the p. So it sounds like not p, not particularly, not particularly. You want to try to avoid the not to you hear that extra sound? Not to okay, so put your tongue behind your teeth, close your lips. You should avoid that little extra sound in there. Not particularly. Not particularly concerned. I'm not particularly concerned. Okay, and then that I'm, I'm is almost always small, unless you want to emphasize the word I'm, but usually it's pretty small, but it's never going to have a schwa in it because the I doesn't do that, but it will be unstressed. So I'm not particularly concerned. I'm not particularly concerned. Okay, how does that feel? It probably feels kind of crazy at first, all of those consonants in there, and it seems kind of choppy and weird, but try this with me a few times. Let's take it slow and then let's speed it up. Okay, I'm not particularly concerned. And by the way, what word is getting the most stress? It's concerned, isn't it? That's the most important word. So we start small, we get a little bit higher, and then we go up to the cern part, and then we drop back down again. Concerned. I'm not particularly concerned. I'm not particularly concerned. I'm not particularly concerned. What do you think about this new environmental policy? Oh, I'm not particularly concerned. How about the snowstorm that's coming tomorrow? I'm not particularly concerned. What about mispronouncing the word particular? I'm not particularly concerned. Okay, so it takes a little bit of effort, but if you'll do this enough times today, I think you can get all of the pieces in there. Take it very, very slowly. I would write it down. In fact, I know I've kind of messed this up, but let me show you. I'm not, a little bigger on the not, I'm making the unstressed syllables pretty small. So I'm not particularly, all of these are small, that's small too, and cerned. Now, if you want, write it out like that. If it doesn't make sense to you, don't worry about it. I'll be making some charts to show you what each of these sound like, but for now, just try to get the same rhythm and the same pronunciation as much as possible. But take it easy and be very careful with particularly, and of course, watch out for concerned. But try it as many times as you can today, and I bet by tomorrow you'll be saying it much more easily. All right, thanks so much and take care. See you again tomorrow.